Hey there, John Mazzara, Remax Results. I want to talk to you today about home inspections, what they are, when you might encounter them, and how they've been affected by COVID-19. When you sell a home in the Twin Cities, depending on the community that you live in, your specific city may require items to be checked via a either city inspector or a city approved inspector. So typically you'll find that in the Minneapolis, St. Paul core cities, along with the first tier, the first ring around suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul. So the little older communities are where they want to make sure that things are being maintained. The newer communities, not so much. Now, that's not to say that a buyer won't do a home inspection, but there won't be any city mandated inspection. So some of again, the older cities have the mandated one, but a buyer, in addition to the city one, may want to do their own. Now, what type of inspections might a buyer want to do? A buyer may want to do a radon inspection, where they test for the presence of radon. That typically is a couple day type of thing. What they do is they come over with a machine, they place it in the basement. A couple days later, they pick up the machine, they plug it in, and get the results. If your radon level is over 4 picoliters, then typically they're recommending that a radon remediation system be put in. Most common, I'm seeing anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 for an expense. However, it can go over a little bit more. It can be up to a couple $1,000, depending on the placement of such a system. It can, run up through the side of the house, through the roof, or through the garage. So there's a number of different ways that they can install it, and of course, the more complicated, the more expensive it is. That's radon. Another inspection might be a sewer scope. Now, some cities are requiring that, and a buyer may want to do that on an older home where they have tile, for example, or older plumbing that goes out to the city main. That can be an expensive fix and something you don't necessarily want to deal with in the middle of winter. So a buyer may want to go ahead and have that inspection done. And then a general home inspection. Typically, a general home inspection might involve, $500 to $600 and about 50 pages in a report. They're going to be documenting all of the problems in the home. It doesn't mean that all of the problems have to be fixed. Obviously, the home is functioning and not everything needs to be addressed, but it's a good way to get to know your home. And that's why a buyer will do a home inspection. It kind of creates a list of future activities and projects that they may want to address. Again, the seller does not have to do everything that is addressed, but it oftentimes will bring up questions or in clarification, the need for clarification. So a home inspection is valuable. I expect that most buyers, if you're selling a home, that most buyers will request that. Now, in a multiple offer, sometimes they'll leave that out in order to make their offer more competitive, because effectively an inspection creates a contingency from which a buyer can walk away from if they don't like something in that home inspection. So a typical home inspection will take place a couple days from an accepted offer. There may be some issues that are discovered that need to be addressed. If there are, we typically will work through them, hopefully satisfactory, so we can keep the contract and the purchase continuing. If, however, we run into a roadblock or something that's insurmountable, then the contract can be canceled by either party, meaning one party says, please do this, and the other one says no, then we don't have a deal. And somebody will have to submit a cancellation during the inspection time frame. So that's just all part of the transaction today. A big change from 1986 when I first started. We've been evolving all the contracts and the paperwork. Now, specific to the COVID-19, buyers normally in the past would accompany a home inspector on a home inspection, or they would show up maybe after an hour into it. And today, many of the home inspectors are saying, don't come to your home inspection. Instead, we'll talk on the phone, or they'll do a Zoom video, or however they communicate post inspection, but they don't physically want the buyer to be there. So expect that to be common. And like I say, in the past, everybody would accompany their inspector at some point, so things could be physically pointed out to them. Now it's just done through pictures and video. So just a change that's out there. But again, buyers are buying, sellers are selling. Now is not the end of the world, and it is a good time to continue with your real estate plans. Again, I'm going to be doing a webinar sometime in the future. Let me know if you have some interest. If you have other questions, leave a comment down below, and I'm happy to reach out to you and answer your questions. I'm available at 612-386-7027, or you can email me at john@johnmazzara.com. And wherever I can help, let me know. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.